I can't help myself. I got to open this up and we need to peek inside here. Do you guys notice what it is yet? I didn't think I was going to do this, but I did. And let me uncover a little bit here. Let me get this unpacked. We'll give you a sneak peek here. Oh, here's a sticker. We'll just show you the sticker. Look at that beautiful piece. I'm going to keep unboxing, but those of you that know already know what that is and what kind of difference that makes. What's going on, guys? It's Danny from Slow Restoration, and we finally got Project UglyMax in here. And when you're working on other people's stuff, sometimes it just takes a while to get your own stuff in. But since we have a little bit of time here, let's get as much done as we can on this thing. As you can see, it's inside, which is a good thing because we've had crazy storms. Hood's off, and let's jump right into this. We have the turbo to put on. I've had this thing for quite a while now. You guys don't really realize how long I've had it, but it's been a while. We got to put the turbo on, we got to put the up pipes on, we got to put the BD full bore exhaust pipe on. I do have that other front clip for it, so let's go ahead and just make it easier to do all that kind of stuff and finish taking this front clip off. So we'll get both front fenders off, and then we'll investigate, maybe mock one of the other ones up and see if we need to change this radiator support. If not, we'll leave it, but just having the fenders off, we'll be able to reach in and work on stuff just a little bit easier. Plus they have to come off anyway. And with fenders off, now you can see I can actually kind of lean right in here, reach right in, work on whatever I need to. This stuff does kind of fall down, but you can bungee that up, and again, you can reach right in there. This is the manifold we're changing, so we can go ahead and get that put back on, and it'll be a lot easier without kind of anything in the way. And we'll go ahead and clean all this up as we're going. Same, this side's actually even more room. You can take this coolant bottle and pop it out of the way, and the engine is literally right there. Nothing really in the way except these AC lines, and they're not really in the way. And just for safe measure, we went ahead and test fit our front clip, or at least our fenders. So you can see the blue fenders on here now. Not real worried about putting these on now. I just wanted to make sure everything looked okay. As you can see, not terrible. A little bit wider gap at the bottom, but I can adjust that. Fits pretty good. This side's a little different. The radiator support is pushed back here. We can push that back to fit, but the gap here is way off. It's a lot wider at the bottom. And then if we look at the radiator support, we can see it's got some damage up here. So whatever light hit it took, it looks like it pushed this side of the radiator support up. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead and swap out this radiator support with the other one I have with no damage, and then we'll know 100% sure. And then I think that fender will fit. It's actually the fender, the radiator support this fender came off of, and the truck, everything lined up good when I took it apart. It was being parted out. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. And we do have another surprise, or another piece of this puzzle. We went ahead, because the turbo failed, it filled this intercooler full of oil. So this has to come out anyway, the intercooler, to be cleaned out. So in the meantime, I went ahead and picked up. a Mishimoto. This thing is really heavy duty. It's an intercooler just for these trucks. And I don't know how much this thing weighs, but it was surprising to me when I picked it up. So this combined with our pusher stuff here is going to make, I think, a pretty good difference. And then we won't have to clean anything. So we have a brand new intercooler, brand new piping, and then our turbo here is also it's used, but we freshened it up with that wheel and cleaned everything up as we went. So I think it's going to make a nice stout setup. So with that being test fit, we'll go ahead and just pop these fenders. They're just literally sitting on there. So we'll go ahead and pop them back off and make it a lot easier to work on and do what we need to do. I know we have the pusher pipe comes up over the alternator and kind of goes down right through here. So we have to modify a couple lines. And again, it'll just make life a lot easier without any of the front clip in the way. I'm not sure. I may tackle this next and get all this out of the way, and that'll even be more room. And I know probably everyone's thinking, why don't I just do head gaskets at the same time? And I probably should. With all this apart, I probably should. The engine's ripped down this far already, but I don't think these are bad, and I think I might be able to get a little runtime out of it. And in the meantime, like I said, I've had this thing for quite a while gathering all these parts. I did actually buy a complete another parts LLY Duramax. It's the standard cab with a good engine in it. It needs a water pump, but I think that's going to come out, and we may freshen that engine up and have it for backup and or swap. So for right now, I think we're just going to keep continuing on and do all the stuff with this engine the way it is, because it sounded really good when it was running. And we'll probably end up needing head gaskets down the road if we don't need them. Again, I can't confirm 100% that they are good right now, but I'm pretty sure with all the evidence I see, I think we're good to go there. But it's not that hard to go back in. So all the stuff we're doing, like even removing the front clip, I had those other fenders off in like a half hour. I did these a bunch. It's not really that big a deal to go in there and do it. So if for whatever reason we need to go right back into this engine, it is a few hours work, which kind of sucks, but then we at least know. I mean, for all I know, this thing sounded good, but it may have bottom end issues. So I don't think to me, it's not really worth it pulling the heads off, cleaning everything up, spending all the money for head gaskets and head studs and all that, putting it all back together before we actually know 100% what this engine is. So I really think it's been replaced at some point in this. It does not look like it's got 300,000 on it to me as far as rust and condition, but who knows? I mean, it did have a turbo fail, so I guess that is something. But we're going to keep going on here. Like I said, we're going to pull the fenders back off. I'm not sure if I'm going to tackle this front stuff yet or just dive right into the engine and get everything put back together, but we'll find out here in a couple minutes. I've been working away here, and as you can see, we have some color in the engine bay now. We also have a turbo. So turbo's mounted. It's actually, I think it's all torqued down. Feed lines hooked up. We still have to hook the coolant lines up, but I have to get them. That was one of the issues this thing had, is some of the coolant lines were bad. So we also have another colorful piece in there. We're not going to talk about it, but we're also getting ready to put this nice shiny new piece on. Did put new bolts, and that obviously goes from that manifold up to the turbo. And I'm just going to keep working away here and see how much I can get done. We just got the rest of the exhaust off because we have an MBRP 5-inch system to go on it. Before we do that, we're going to put the downpipe on, but unfortunately I had the truck up there and the GoPro was sitting up here, and I didn't have time to go back and forth to record it. But we made a giant mess because the whole exhaust system was completely full of oil. When I unhooked it in the center, started popping hangers off, the system came down. You can kind of see the stain still on the garage floor here, but probably a gallon of nasty motor oil that was just burnt through that turbo when the seals went out. bearings went out, whatever happened to it, it just sent tons of oil right through the exhaust system, and it just made a giant mess. Like I said, leaked everywhere, had a giant mess to clean up, but we have all that off now. So right now there is no exhaust system at all on this truck. We're going to start with the mid pipe, or the downpipe off the turbo. We have the V-band clamp already on the turbo, and we have a 3-inch downpipe, and then we're going to build from there all the way back. And as I do this, obviously this is a little bit different because this truck was pretty well torn down, the whole front clip off, etc., and the turbo was already off. But I do have a video of installing that 3-inch, I think that was an MBRP 3-inch on an LLY, and actually the same exhaust system we did on that truck too. So if you need to see how any of that works, I'm not going to show step by step on this because it's a big project and I really just want to get it done. But feel free, I'll put those videos up on the screen, or at least that playlist, whatever you want to do. You can search them and find all the videos on that. And we got the downpipe installed. Now it's time to see what we can do with this contraption. So this is a 5-inch MBRP turbo back, should bolt right up to that 3-inch downpipe we just put. Now the very first section of pipe is 4-inch, so it goes 3-inch, 4-inch, and then right into that 5-inch. So